us how Riverview Memory Gardens honors veterans in the month of May.
Well, May is a very busy month in the cemetery, and the veterans are a big part of that busyness because we place flags for every veteran that the volunteers can visually identify as a veteran in the gardens. That is, as the volunteers walk past with the flag holders and the flags, they have to be able to visually see that that person is a veteran.
How did this program get started?
Well, the program has been ongoing for a long time. I don't know what year people really started putting out flags. I know when Riverview Memory Gardens first started in 1963, the original rules stated that flags could be placed for one day on Veterans Day and one day, I believe, on the 4th of July, and then they had to be taken down. I think that was probably before the bronze flag holders became so popular. So those bronze flag holders are provided when a veteran passes from the Veterans Administration here in Defiance, and when the local VFW 3360 post, when they come out for a veteran service, they usually bring one along. Services for people that are coming from outside of Defiance County, the families usually have to get that flag holder from the VA of their county. Those flag holders are placed at the veteran's grave about the middle of May each year, and we leave them fly till about the middle of July, and that's when they're all taken down, and we put them into locked up storage for the winter. A lot of people, we've been doing this for about 6 years now, as far as totally removing the flag holders and totally replacing them each year. Cemeteries all over Northwest Ohio were experiencing large amounts of theft of those flag holders. So as a deterrent, that's what we decided to do here, was to remove them each year, place them into storage, and then replace them in the spring. It's a lot more work on the part of the cemetery staff and volunteers, but we really feel that that was the thing that needed to be done to protect them and be most cost effective for the VA.
Tell us about the American flag that was recently installed in the chapel.
So the flag that we are standing in front of is 18 feet wide and 12 foot tall. Some people might recognize it. It used to hang in the gymnasium at the Defiance High School, which was recently torn down. My husband attended the school auction, and this flag comes down out of the ceiling. There's a box that it rolls up into. So when it was in the gymnasium, it would come down for the national anthem, and then there's a motor that pulls it back up into that box. So my husband was there during the auction, and the flag didn't even get a bid, and he just could not bear to see that flag without a bid, nobody wanting it. So he approached the auctioneer and said, "Hey, what would you need for that flag?" And he said, "How about $100?" My husband said, "Sure." Then I had a cousin that was also attending the auction that had a large lift, and he was buying things. He was going to have a lift in there, and Highland Electric is his business, and so we asked, "Hey, can you help us out?" And he gave us a good price on taking the flag down for us, because that was part of purchasing the flag from the high school. So we brought it over here, and my husband had it installed into the ceiling of our mausoleum chapel. So when it's all rolled up, it's not visible at all except for that strip of red in the ceiling. And so we roll it down for veteran services or any other police officers, firefighters, or even just at a family's request, we would use that as a backdrop. But it's mostly the veterans so far that have used that.
Will Riverview Memory Gardens be holding a memorial service?
Of course we will. Our service usually kicks off the services for the weekend at 10 a.m. on Saturday, right in front of the Mausoleum Chapel, where most people park to come in for our services. We set up there for the 10 a.m. service. The VFW Post 3360 will come in and post their colors. And then the Disabled American Veterans are coming in this year. That's new for our service. And their chaplain, who is also the state chaplain, is going to do the benediction, and a group from the DAV will lay a wreath, and then a flower is going to be placed by the VFW. The Oakwood Community Band, under Chris Healy, will be playing several music selections for us. I'm giving a short program this year in lieu of a guest speaker. We have some information on one of the men that's buried here who is on the Vietnam Wall, And that's something that we kind of want to do from time to time when we find a kind of a neat story for the community. And then we will close again with the VFW taking down their colors and taps. So it's about a 20 to 30 minute program depending, and usually everyone comes and brings a lawn chair, and we've had great weather, knock on wood, most years, so we're really looking forward to that on Saturday.
Thank you for all you do for the veterans.
Well, thanks a lot, Reese. We really appreciate you coming out and learning more about us here.
This is Reese Miller reporting for Defiance Digital Media Club.
Thank you for coming on board as a student sponsor. What are your thoughts on this program?
I think it is a great program, okay? Again, anytime that you can get students out of the classroom and get them, I call it a higher learning or a more engaged learning atmosphere, either out in the business or out in the community, and get them involved in the community. And it really shows and will show off that Defiance really truly is a great place to live.
What other community activities do you support?
Here at the dealership, we have different people that support different things, and they are sponsored by the dealership. We have a person who goes to Rotary. We have another person involved in Zonta. We actually here at the store have 3 volunteer first responders for the Jewell Fire Department, and we also have 2 volunteer firemen for the Jewell Fire Department that come and go whenever they need to during the day.
Thank you for all you do for the community.
You are welcome, and the community is welcome.